on the alternative list, the C list, yeah? So it could actually be, if you're doing a digital exam, it could be your fourth choice piece as well. Everyone loves a bit of Disney, don't they? Lion King is so popular. So most people I've told this about go, yes, please, can I do it? Now it looks a bit intimidating at first because it's a 3-page piece. It's from this book by Faber. And it's in B flat major, so it's got 2 flats. But although it might look like it's a bit tricky, it's actually seems to be fine and is playing quite straightforwardly with my students. And because I think the tune and the rhythms are so in your head, it's quite straightforward to do. Now my tip is, when there's a 3-page piece, as long as you own the book, and for your exam you have the book, you are allowed, because of the MPA, Code of Fair Practice, blah blah, to photocopy 1 page for ease of page turn, blah blah. So do that so you don't have the stress. And my tips for this piece are basically 3 things to focus on. The first one, and the most important one really, is the tune. It's a song, so it's all about the tune. If you can sort of sing along in your head and think the words, I think that kind of helps. But you basically have to kind of lean your hand upwards and try and exaggerate the tune notes and keep your left hand less. Now I've done a video on hand balance if you want to check that out for a bit more detail. So we've got to ping out the tune, and dynamics, just make sure your intro is really quite small so that it's got somewhere to go. And at the end, whack your accents so there's variety in it. Okay, so at the beginning, we're trying to think of the tune, the top note. Even when there's a 3-note chord, I'm trying to make the top note come louder, yeah? And just, it's MP, so low effort. Don't put much into it at all. Keep your left hand really close and gentle. Think about your tune, ping that. So very little effort, hardly push, as I say, because it's MP. Now MF, push more, particularly your right hand. Whoopsie, move your right hand more. Keep your left hand close, it'll be quieter. And really think what your tune is, yeah? Sorry, dropped my page. When you get to the big chorus, you know, really good, you've got a crescendo in bar 11, make that really obvious because you know that the examiners love dynamics, you get more points. Nice crescendo here, bar 11 and 12, and then go for it, because it's loud. You basically have to imagine, I've done this in quite a lot of songs from the shows type theatre gigs, the drummer comes in, it's bigger than you think, it's what would we call it, a rock ballad, so strong is fine, okay, it doesn't have to be all dainty. Lion King, big drum kit, big orchestra, you can really push. Really think of your tune again. Now, for me, my taste, those notes, that's not the tune. So that can come down a bit. And then where the words come back in, go for it again. Not the tune, go less. More for the vocal. Push your accents. And lift as well. Okay, accents are so much better if you fall onto them from a height. So make sure your dynamics are obvious, really enjoy and think about the tune, sing it. And I love the fact that, Elton John is so brilliant, such an amazing songwriter, but he does things, I can hear the word vagabond when I play it. It just sounds like vagabond, it's bizarre. He's so good at connecting words and tunes. Last thing, pedal. I mean, it's grade 3, so they're asking quite a bit, but the pedaling is quite complicated in a way. I would actually suggest from bar 13 that you pedal every beat. Examiners really don't like blurred pedaling, really don't like it. They'd rather no pedal at all than blurred pedaling. So you've got to make sure you lift. So I go up, down, up, down, up, down. Every beat, so nothing gets blurred. And it does give a nice sort of resonant quality to it. It makes it sound fuller. I mean, you could choose, we can do things many different ways, yeah? There's not always a total right and a total wrong. You could decide if the pedaling is really hard for you that maybe you don't do it and you try and cling on. But I think it makes a nicer sound, it's really good practice, but getting your right foot to go up and down at the right time can be quite hard. You just got to hang in there. Always think of it with your left hand, up, down, with your foot. There we go, that's my top tips for this one, enjoy. I'll do a slow version now for you so you can see exactly where I chose to put my fingers. All right.